has blossomed into a hockey hub, and today fans are flocking to Enterprise Center to witness the magic of the PWHL for themselves. Both teams are hoping the Gateway City could be the gateway to a playoff spot. Boston currently sits third in the standings, while Ottawa can actually jump into a playoff spot with a win today. And with time winding down on this 30-game regular season, every point matters. Let's take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Scotiabank. Proud to be the official bank of the PWHL. Gabby Hughes centering the top line. And Gabby, a player that Carla McLeod told us, Gigi, is so underrated.
She is. She's a player who can bring her speed, her physicality, but she's also solid in the defensive end.
We take a look at the Fleet starting lineup, and no surprise to see that they're going to go with the hottest goal scorer in the game right now, and Hillary Knight flanking Susanna Topany and Jill Saulnier on the left side.
Hillary Knight, such an outstanding goal scorer, but she does it all. She's intelligent, and she's a 200-foot player.
Both starting goalies, actually very familiar with each other. We've got more on that. I'm sure we'll touch on it throughout the broadcast. But to get you caught up to speed, Erin Frankel was actually teammates with Gwyneth Phillips for 3 seasons. Phillips backing her up and then taking over and winning Goalie of the Year once Frankel was gone.
Both these goaltenders are just outstanding. It'll be really exciting to see how they compete. As you mentioned, great friends, already played under Coach Dave Flint at Northeastern and paired together on the Team USA roster for the upcoming World Championships.
Emrance Mashmeyer headed to long-term IR. She was typically the #1 starter for Ottawa, but Gwyneth Phillips has done an admirable job in her place, and she's expected to get the bulk of the workload as we reach the end of the regular season. The puck is down, and here we go from St. Louis. Ottawa charge, looking to bounce back from a very tough third period, their last time out, allowing 6 unanswered goals to the New York Sirens in a loss on Tuesday. Of course, Boston trying to bounce back from a rough third period themselves. They allowed 4 goals in the third period Wednesday to Toronto, and that snapped a 9-game point streak for the Fleet.
Both teams looking at uncharacteristic third periods, and so it's important to let that go. That's not going to define today's game, and to come out playing hard with a fresh mentality.
Ashton Bell rings it around the boards, and Vanashova tries to lead the breakout for Ottawa. Here's Brianne Jenner, flips it into the corner. Back to the point, and Larocque takes a shot, steered aside by Frankel. Jenner keeps it alive. Sticking with it, has it now below the goal line, tried to set her in front, and a save. Rebounds loose, and what a chance for the charge early. Back to the blue line, Zoe Boyd looking for a deflection, hit a body in front, and the Fleet able to clear the zone.
Good pressure by Ottawa early. They chip and chase, able to get back possession and bring the puck to the front of the net on Frankel.
Now Meixna circling, top of the slot, takes a shot, gobbled up by Frankel.
Here's a look at Brianne Jenner coming down, driving hard. She protects the puck and feeds it out front to Vanashova, who Shayna Loney is just a little off her mark, isn't able to connect and lift up the stick. But look at Erin Frankel. That is a reason why she is so good. Deflects the puck, pushes it to her left, and still scrambles to get up in case there's a second or third opportunity.
Face off won initially by the Charge. Now Boston has it behind the goal line. Pesheva controls. Skates it behind her own net. Now feeds Shopsall, who lost it off her stick, and Zoe Boyd able to send it deep once more. Here comes Hannah Brandt. Shopsall and Rattray with her. Shopsall picks it up. Held in nicely by Megan Keller. Ottawa able to take it away and turn it the other direction. Taylor House trying to make something happen here for the Charge. Keller tried to stretch the ice. Rattray was bumped off the puck, and House sends it deep the other way. This the 5th of 6 meetings between these two teams. And Boston has won each of the first 4. Back to Megan Keller. Walks it in. Shot blocked. Agia. Now finds Pelkey. Goes back to Agia. Agia tries a shot and an early save for Phillips. So we will get our first look at the Fleet power play this afternoon. Fleet sits second best only to Toronto, who has a better power play, but the Fleet entering today clicking at just under 19% on the advantage.
And one thing they really enjoy using is whether it's Toppany or Morin up top, they like going down low. The goal line player is Shea Maloney, and finding Knight, who is so dangerous net front. She likes to tip, great with her stick hand-eye coordination, but she can also find soft space in the high slot for those chances.
This power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes. Face-off won by the Fleet. Mueller goes down low, back to Mueller. Mueller along the boards. Spins off Leslie.
Ottawa, 2 minutes.
Maloney able to get it back, has Toppany with her, goes up high, and Morin able to hold. Back to Maloney. Maloney centering pass goes cross-ice instead to Mueller. And back up high now for Morin. The cross for Toppany. The shot, Mueller, blocked on the way, still loose, rebounds out, and Gwyneth Phillips somehow keeps it out.
Wow. Moving up top, Morin moves out, and what that does is drags the players to the wide open middle of the ice. There's an opening for Mueller to rip it, but watch Gwyneth Phillips get the rebound on Toppany. Her ability to front Mueller, but then also respond and kick out right side. Just great instincts.
And that was Hillary Knight, the hottest goal scorer in the league, bearing down on her. Maloney again, trying to center. Pad save Phillips. Toppany along the boards, and a good clear for Gabby Hughes as the charge needed a change. We mentioned the Fleet's success on the power play, but the Charge have really struggled on the penalty kill.
And one thing Coach McLeod had mentioned on the penalty kill that she would like to see her team do more of is anticipate. If you have a good anticipation, you can read the plays and kill them quickly.
Keller across now for Schaafsal, second unit on for Boston. Now Pelkey. Check that, Gable gets it over to Shirley. Shirley trying to dig it out, Peshova with her. Gable uses the boards to get it back to Megan Keller, who slings it across to Schaafsal. Up high for Keller once more. Shirley from the left circle. Schaafsal back to Keller, good puck movement by Boston, another save for Phillips. Sometimes your best penalty killer has to be your goalie, and that was certainly the case on this penalty kill for Ottawa. Emily Brown's shot high and off the glass. Agia tried to center, nobody home for Boston. Penalty is over as Phillips come out to play behind her net. Fanned on the passing attempt and gets right back into her crease. Some good looks for both sides early. All part of managing the ebbs and flows of a hockey game, and that's what Carla McLeod was saying. You know, the turnover here, Toppany takes a shot, scores! Suzanne Toppany gets the Fleet on the board first with her 11th of the season.
The right place at the right time. Toppany is such a good goal scorer. She has elevated her game this year. Look at that. I was trying to make a breakup pass. Forces it. Toppany in her good F3 high position. Here's another look at it. Reads it. Kicks it up. Great skate to stick coordination and rips it past Phillips.
Puck management so important. And that's really what cost Ottawa the game after they held that 3-0 lead going into the third.
Boston Fleet goal scored.
And it's an early lead for the Boston Fleet. So now back-to-back games where Courtney Kessel has to like their start.
Unassisted goal at 8:25.
Jenner tried to go across Ivanišova, picked off by Saulnier.
8:25.
Now Jocelyn Larocque will bank it off the boards for Ivanišova. Going back to what McLeod said, sometimes it's not possible really to play a true 60-minute effort. It's about managing the ebbs and flows of a game. And when something bad happens, it's all about how you respond. That's what we're looking for here.
Yeah, having that next shift, get into the offensive zone, put pressure on the opponent, and just really get yourself back in the game.
Rebecca Leslie will send it in for the charge. Erin Frankel calmly steers it aside before opting to freeze it.
Some physical pushing and shoving at the end with the save by Frankel. And look at this. Susanna Tapani comes in and rips it for the 1-0 lead. Welcome back inside Enterprise Center here with Ottawa Charge head coach Carla McLeod. Carla, 2 kills early for your team. Do you like what you've seen from the penalty kill so far?
Yeah, the penalty kill's been fine. Obviously, the objective is to not see it any longer in the game, so we got to make sure we stay out of the box. But yeah, so far the start's been solid, and it's important to kill those 2 off and give ourselves a chance to build some momentum off of it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
And speaking of that, why they were so good on that kill, and that's success, they were supporting each other well. And so why not? I love how they come back. They toss out the D'Arcangelo line with Jenner and Ivanišova. Some solid, they've already had a great shift in the offensive zone. That's going to only benefit their team and create momentum.
Sydney Bard plays it up to Hillary Knight, banks it off the boards. Jill Saulnier in all alone with speed, stick handling in, and what a save by Phillips!
Gwyneth Phillips, so calm, so composed, as we see this chip out by Hillary Knight, and the speed, the tenacity, using the shoulder to protect the puck. As Saulnier comes in from the offside, trying to drag Gwyneth Phillips, come with her and shoot the far side, but Gwyneth Phillips reads that play the whole way and makes a great save.
Jill Saulnier robbed of her 3rd goal of the season. Nice little physical play to create some space and had a great look. Now Megan Keller. Battle along the boards with McMahon. Puck goes back to the point for Larocque from the blue line, down low to Emily Clark. Physicality ratcheting up a bit here as we enter the final 6 minutes of the first period. Susanna Tapani, the lone goal scorer of this game so far. McMahon will send it deep in the corner before heading to the bench for a change. Mueller passes back to Megan Keller. She sends it deep before heading to her own bench. Jinsey Rose picks up the puck. Tried to beat her teammate, but it comes all the way back into the Fleet zone. And now Brown. Up ahead for Shirley. Shirley crunched along the boards by Rose. Back and forth we go as Danielle Serdachny takes over. Serdachny's shot deflected high and out of play. Let's take a look at how difficult a task this is going to be for Ottawa to make the playoffs without one of their stars. Mashmeyer was put on LTIR after she left the game on March 11th. She notched her 1,000th career save. You saw the numbers in terms of where she ranks among the great goalies across the league. Gwyneth Phillips is going to be a star, but there's no question they miss Nash.
Having your number 1 go down is always challenging. one. Gwyneth Phillips, remember, she played behind Aaron Frankel for 3 years and came out and posted incredible numbers, won many accolades. So she's a player who's ready and used to waiting in the wings.
Ottawa, Zoe Boyd had her shot deflect wide. Now former Boston player Cheyenne Tarcangelo trying to dig it out in the corner. Does so. Tries a wraparound, sealed off. Back comes Jamie Lee Rattray, one-on-one, and a great defensive play by LaRock. Now Bell enters the zone for the charge, brings it around the boards over to McMahon. Gabby Hughes scoops up the loose puck, looking to pass. Emily Clark, little touch pass, and a good shot that went wide. McMahon didn't miss by much, but the charge starting to create some chaos. Here's Clark, her shot just wide. Jinsey Rose has it taken off her stick, and it comes back into the neutral zone. Heavy hit by Emma Greco on Gabby Hughes. Both players skate on. Hughes checks over her shoulder before collecting the puck once more. 3.5 to play here in the opening frame. Taylor House had it taken away, and now Jinsey Rose will collect. Jill Saulnier will send it deep and wait for her team to change. We are going to get a penalty. So for the third time this afternoon, Ottawa's going to sit in the box. Jinsey Rose, the guilty party for a trip, Gigi.
Yeah, an aggressive move. She's just pinching down low, just looking to do what she does best, and that's being an offensive-minded defense. And she attacked. However, as she was going to get the puck, it just clipped the outside of Lexia Gia. And so as Gia falls, back ref puts his arm up, makes the call.
This power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel.
Rose, 2 minutes for tripping.
Sydney Warren across for Toppany.
Rose, Ottawa, 2 minutes.
Maloney goes back to Toppany.
16:51.
Toppany again, top of the slot. Shot blocked on the way. Tara Lova. A big block and a clear before heading to the bench.
Great shift by Tara Lova, and before that block, she put her stick in the passing angle. Remember, we talked about the threat is from Tapani down to Maloney on the goal line. By putting her stick in that lane, it deflected and didn't connect with Maloney, and so that was just a one-person shift out there to keep the puck in the opponent's end.
Alina Mueller gains his own once more for the Fleet. Had it taken off her stick by Zoe Boyd, and another clear. And Carla McLeod said, you know it's coming. You know Toppany's going to win the draw back to Maloney and then find Knight. You can watch it time and time again.
That's true. I mean, they're very good at it. And so why not do something that you've executed over and over again?
Peshava back to Shafsal. Second unit now on for Boston. Megan Keller able to hold the zone. Keller was going for the puck at the same time as Shafsal in a big collision between Hughes and Shafsal. Shafsal shakes it off, goes back to Keller. Keller cross-ice pass, Pelkey sent it through the crease. Now Shirley, back over to Pelkey, right in front, Peshava with a grade A look, and Phillips is there.
Gwyneth Phillips still calm and composed as she faces this shot from Gable, rips it. Watch this, it comes across. Look at that extension by her right toe. And then a second save with her left pad. Just excellent work, especially with the stick of Peshava right on the doorstep.
Gwyneth Phillips has been up to the task today. The lone goal allowed off a turnover, and another quick save there as Phillips gets a piece. Alina Mueller Picks it up. Flings it behind her, looking to center. Nobody home for the Fleet. Hillary Knight gets it back. Final minute of play here in the first period. Susanna Toppany with her 11th of the season, unassisted. And that goal is the difference so far. Well, the Ottawa Charge will host their 4th Unity game of the season on Saturday, April 26th, celebrating Pride as they take on Montreal. For tickets and more information on this Unity game, please visit ottawacharge.com. Hannah Brandt on the ice now to take a face-off for Boston. 43 ticks on the clock. Brandt wins it, and Rattray now controls. Rattray goes for a lap, takes a shot right on save, Phillips.
Jamie Lee Rattray coming around the net and notices that no one's pressuring her, so she cuts and throws it to the net. Lots of traffic in front, but Gwyneth Phillips able to see it cleanly as it comes from the left side, but versus away from those players' net front.
Another face-off won by Brandt. Rattray trying to keep control of the puck. Emily Clark says no. Stretch pass. Batted down by DiGirolamo. Keller skates it the other direction, banks it off the boards and in. Final seconds tick away as Emily Clark looks to make a move. Clark gets the shot up, had McMahon in front. Frankel able to keep it out as they just couldn't connect. And the horn sounds on period 1 from St. Louis. After the break, Natalie Norrie will have the first intermission, brought to you by Vioza, proud partner of the PWHL. It's a 1-0 lead for the Boston Fleet here in St. Louis. In terms of shots, which is kind of surprising, Gigi, given the fact that Boston had 3 power plays.
Which, that stat sticks out to me. 0 for 3 on the power play. Ottawa definitely focused for this period to stay out of the box, but a great look in the first period as they were excellent blocking, taking away shot lanes, and really negating any offensive chances for the Fleet.
Toppany wins the draw back to Keller. You may have seen the stat on your screen there that Boston is 7-1 when leading after the first period. That one loss came just Wednesday, their last time out, when they had the 1-0 lead after one. Ended up allowing 4 goals to Toronto in the third. Erin Frankel comes out to hand it off to Megan Keller. Pressured by Ottawa, but Toppany able to skate it out. Toppany centering pass, DiGirolamo joining the rush. And her pass just out of the reach of Saulnier. Ottawa chips it out of the zone. As Zoe Boyd collects. Good forecheck chance there. Alina Mueller disrupting the play. Sophie Shirley scoops up the loose puck. And an errant pass sends the puck out to the neutral zone. Gabby Hughes tries to set it up ice, caught off by Hannah Brandt. One-timer high and over the cage. Alina Mueller with a good look.
A little different look for the Boston Fleet as they put Hannah Brandt, Alina Mueller, and Sophie Shirley together. And watch this little backhand sauce pass up in the high slot to Alina Mueller. Looking to get a quick shot on net, but great deflection by Ottawa Charge to keep that puck away from Gwyneth Phillips.
Brandt lining up on the dot against her former teammate, Cheyenne D'Arcangelo. A battle for possession right in front of the net. Looked like they were able to get a shot off, but Phillips was there. Mueller, again off her backhand, just tried to throw it on net, but it sails through the crease. Back comes Vanashova. Hands it off to Jinsey Rose. Out of the reach of Vanashova. Stretch pass quickly up ice is Shea Maloney. Shea Maloney and a good defensive play now by Vanashova. And that's one thing Carla McLeod has noticed about one of her star players in Teresa Vanashova. She's the only PWHL player to have multiple hat tricks in the same season as she's done so far. But Carla McLeod telling us before the game it's her 200-foot game that's impressed her most lately.
It is, and she's a player who's known for her speed. And just on that play, Boston had an excellent neutral zone regroup. They were about to attack. However, the speed of Vanashova and the commitment to details defensively snuff that out. They go the other way. They could have had a break just out of the reach, and so that's why the puck is back in their own end off an icing.
Vanashova, a star for Team Czechia as well, which of course is coached by Carla McLeod. She'll be back behind the bench in the upcoming Women's World Championship in just a couple weeks. Jinsey Rose tries to play it out, hands it off to D'Arcangelo. Goes back to Teralova, who sends it up ice. Good pressure by Meixna. But the Fleet able to take it out of harm's way. Battle along the boards. Agia chips it up ice. Back and forth we go here. 3 minutes gone in the middle frame in front of a healthy crowd here at Enterprise Center in St. Louis. Leslie driving the net. Shot saved by Frankel.
Two looks at Rebecca Leslie going up against Erin Frankel. A turnover in the neutral zone allows the play, the charge to counter it, and the speed cuts in, gets a shot. Nice work by Leslie. She doesn't stay to the outside. Watch how she cuts in, uses her inside edge to give it a shot, but Erin Frankel's able to see that the whole way, which good work for Frankel. She hasn't had too much pressure on her since maybe the first 10 minutes of the first period.
Right.
Because of all those penalties.
Saulnier goes cross ice tonight. Aaron pass, and Ottawa's able to turn it up the other direction. Controlled once more by Keller. Sydney Bard banks it off the boards. After today, just 4 games remain for these two clubs. And they will actually face off again on Wednesday in Boston. Both coaches calling this a bit of a mini playoff series, if you will. Here comes Keller. Hands it off to the blue line to Mueller. Mueller stick handling in. Stops up. Fresh legs onto the ice. It's Morin. Morin from the goal line. Tried the sharp angle shot. Couldn't get it to go. Just out of the reach of Rattray, who races to catch up to the loose puck. Maloney is there along the boards. Sydney Bard banks it off the end boards. Shots off the boards over to Keller. Swings it across to Bard. A shot kicked out by Phillips. And with the exception of that goal from Toppany that came directly off a turnover, Gwyneth Phillips has been excellent.
She's been really good with her positioning.
Serdachny centering pass. Traffic in front. Somehow the Fleet able to clear it out of harm's way.
And just to finish that with Phillips, like, she's been great on her positioning, which has allowed her to make those 2 saves in a row. She had an awesome left pad save with her right, and then the left on a power play early in the first period.
Lauren Gable keeps it alive, hands it off to Pelkey. Pelkey down low, now finds Agia. They jam away along the end boards. Agia with it on her stick. Puck popped loose and over to D'Arcangelo. 7 minutes gone here in the second period. A much better period, though, for Ottawa. At least they haven't taken a penalty to this point.
That's always a plus. Absolutely. And they've done a good job winning draws. It's just a matter of, and they've had some good one-on-one battles with that Emily Clark play, for example, Brianne Jenner in the first had a nice shot on Erin Frankel, but again, how can they upgrade their chances? And by doing that is just putting more people in front of Erin Frankel.
Face off won by the Fleet, back to the point, now goes down low, centering pass for Knight, hit the side of the net. Hillary Knight now back to Toppany. Up high for Brown and now across for Mooring. Mooring banking it off the end boards, looking for a lively bounce. Ottawa trying to break out clean. It's Vanashova cut off by Knight. Here's Knight. Tried to get the shot off. Gwyneth Phillips aggressive out to play it. Hillary Knight looking for yet another goal. She's been on a tear lately, but it's 1-0 Boston. Hillary Knight, I mentioned before the break, has been on an absolute tear, Gigi. She's got 11 points in her last 5 games, 7 of them goals. Leads the league in scoring. You can see where she ranks. And for the fact that she is the second oldest player in the league to put up that kind of numbers is so impressive.
It is outstanding. She has 1.12 points per game. Like, wow. It's outstanding what she's doing. And 20 of those 28 points have come even strength. Just imagine if she was able to even generate more on their power play.
Cut off by Mueller. And back comes Zoe Boyd. It's 2-on-2. Boyd has Clark with her. Boyd gains his own shot right on, and Frankel makes the stop. Let's check in with Natalie for more on Hillary Knight.
Yeah, well, Jamie, you and Gigi opened up a can of worms with that conversation. We talked to Carla McLeod, the head coach of the Ottawa Charge, before the game today, and she actually mentioned Hillary Knight reminds her of Alex Ovechkin, of course, saying, you know, she gets in the right places on the ice, and she just has a tendency to rip the puck. When it comes to a game plan against Boston Fleet, the game plan also has to be against Hillary Knight, because when she's on the ice, you have to have her marked. You can't give her the time and space to make plays. Just a very prolific hockey player that these opposing teams definitely keep an eye on.
That's such a good comparison, Natalie. Thanks for sharing that. Alexander Ovechkin scored the day he stepped into the NHL and has not stopped scoring since. That's the same with Hillary Knight.
Yeah.
I remember playing with her and meeting with her in the battles of Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
She was phenomenal. And we're like, who is this player? She would score today as she scored that time in 2006. Like, it's just remarkable.
Two-time national champion at Wisconsin. Not to rub salt in the wound or anything, but you were a champ as well, right? What?
Sadly, no, Jamie.
Just missed it? I'm
happened.
sorry.
Just missed it.
Well, you were teammates on the Olympic gold medal winning team, so there's that.
There is that. It's pretty special.
For those of you who may just be tuning in, Gigi Marvin alongside me, 3-time Olympian. Where's the gold medal?
You know, it's at my home because I usually travel with, because a lot of people enjoy seeing it and holding it, and especially the young kids. It's really special seeing their faces light up, thinking, wow, I want to win this one day, and this could be me. So that's really probably the best part about having it out and about.
So cool. Jill Saulnier scoops up the loose puck, has it on the goal line, looking for a lane. Gets it out to Megan Keller up high. Keller a drive and she scores! No! They wave it off! Looked like she found iron unkind, but my goodness, that was close to snapping a 10-game pointless drought for Keller.
Yeah, that looked like it went in. Just off the pipe, right behind, hits Gwyneth Phillips, and that's what you want to see if you're a Fleet fan from Megan Keller. She has one of the best shots in the league.
We got to take another look at that, because that fooled me. I think that fooled everyone on the ice.
It did. As watch as she crosses over, takes a look, and sneaks through two different Charge players as it goes off the pipe. We'll see it miss those two players off the pipe, hits her Phillips' left leg.
And another shot dead on. Phillips has had to be sharp here. So it's iron unkind for Megan Keller. That close to her 6th of the season. Toppany it taken off her stick. Puck finds its way all the way to the pad of Gwen Phillips, and she holds on. A game of inches, but it is still a 1-0 game here at Enterprise Center.
Welcome back inside Enterprise Center here with the Boston Fleet head coach Courtney Kessel. Coach, through about 30 minutes of play, your team has the early lead, and how do you feel that their ozone pressure has been?
Good sustained ozone. I think we need to find ways to get pucks to the net and get in Phillips' crease a little bit more.
You talked about the forecheck being very important today. Do you see the team executing on that?
Yeah, I think our forecheck's turning pucks over. We just got to find ways to get it to the net.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Awesome questions, Natalie. That is one of the focal points and the identities of the Boston Fleet of strong forecheck, and we've seen that. Toppany's first goal in the first period was a direct result of a turnover from the forecheck, and so awesome work by the Fleet, and that's exactly what they want to do now. Hey, how can we attack Gwyneth Phillips and put more pucks on her and put her in an awkward position?
Yeah. Charge able to break out with speed. It's Vanashova. Vanashova stops up, hooks to center. It sails just over the crease. Darkangelo will read around the other direction, cut off by Jenner. Savalainen now sends it deep. Ottawa going for a partial change. Rose, Jenner tips it in. Anna Brandt tried to stretch the ice for Hillary Knight. The pass just out of her reach. Mueller scoops it up along the boards, and Knight now with it. Back to Emma Greco up high. Alina Mueller out to DiGirolamo. Goes across the ice, and that shot bounces its way toward Phillips. And they did win another faceoff right there as well. Trying to dig it out is Victoria Bach. Heavy hit laid by Alexa Vasco. But again, Boston able to break out. Agia gives it to Gable. Gable had it taken off her stick. You may have seen on the graphic we just showed, but the middle frame has actually been very good for Ottawa overall. But now just 5 minutes to play, trying to tie this game up. Zoe Boyd launches one. And for the second or third time today, she's been right on, but Frankel's been there to make the stop. Ottawa sitting 2 points out of a playoff spot right now. And they have more regulation wins than Minnesota, so even if they win today in overtime or a shootout, they would be in possession of that fourth and final playoff spot. Carla McLeod said, we know we control our own destiny. We just have to win. We just have to figure out a way to do it.
Comes down to execution, right? The knowledge is there, the physical skills are there, they have it all. It's a matter of putting it together and capitalizing when they have the puck in their stick.
Rebecca Leslie will send it deep into the corner. So Daphne and Meixner with her, but it pops out into the neutral zone. Let's take a look at those standings. And again, after today, just 4 games remaining for each team. Every point critical, and Boston pretty securely in a playoff spot, but with the 3-point system, looks are a bit deceiving, and objects in your rearview mirror may be closer than they appear, right?
100%, and who knows that better than Boston? Because last year, Boston was 6th for, it seemed like forever, and then climbed into the playoff picture at the last possible moment. It was just an incredible postseason run, but Coach Kessel had mentioned that to us before the game. Hey, nothing's guaranteed right now.
All right, here comes Emily Clark. Hands it over to Hughes, trying to center. Out of the reach of McMahon. Good chance off the rush for the Charge. Clark trying to keep it alive now for Ottawa. Lengthy battle along the boards as DiGirolamo sends Hughes to the ice. They're still locked in a battle. Puck comes out to Teralova. Her shot wide of the net. Centering pass from Hughes. McMahon tried the wrap around. It was sealed off. Gabby Hughes banks her stick along the boards on her way to the bench. A bit of frustration showing after a couple of good looks for Ottawa.
Exciting to see what will happen with that mix-up. And as we've seen, Shea Maloney, the third line, she's now in third line, has been facing off against the Jenner line consistently.
So important to have a reliable shutdown line. Brianne Jenner trying to keep it alive. Instead, it comes out to the neutral zone, and now Saulnier has it. Knight with her. Boston will bring it around the boards as Phillips hands it off to Zoe Boyd. Boyd going cross ice for D'Arcangelo. She'll flip it in. Gloved down by Brown. Jenner passes across. Sevalainen shot. Hit a body in front. Another chance just wide. Ottawa trying just about everything to create enough chaos to beat Frankel. Gabby Hughes settles down a bouncing puck. Turnover here as Terralova lost it. Hillary Knight has Mueller with her. Knight shot, save Phillips. Now Bard as Keller sends it deep. Anna Brandt bumped off the puck and into the boards by Rose. A chance again for the Fleet. Brandt off the boards to Bard. Bard shot, blocked by Clark. Bard again, lots it off her stick, and here comes Emily Clark. Down the near side with speed, centering pass, and a great defensive play by Bard. Now Jinsey Rose a chance. Oh my goodness. End-to-end action here in St. Louis.
As the puck goes off Sydney Bard's stick, watch the speed. Emily Clark so dangerous, coming down, but watch the back check. Notice who comes back and recovers. Even though she loses the puck again, she's able to stay with it and kind of force Jinsey Rose, her former name, keep her wide so that Aaron Frankel's able to make a save.
And she certainly had to be heads up on that sequence. Ottawa kept throwing everything toward the net. Another chance from LaRock. Kicked out by Frankel. Closing in on the final minute of this second period. Ottawa with a little jump here late in the period. Brianne Jenner skates ahead to catch up to the puck that sits on the blue line. Jenner checks behind her. Gloved down by D'Arcangelo, and now Bach will ring it around the boards deep. DiGirolamo banks it off the end boards. That pass cut off. Clark sent it toward the net, but just wide. Here's Bach. Has Vasco with her. Vasco's shot just couldn't quite get all of it. The Fleet will skate it out as DiGirolamo gets crushed into the boards by Vasco. Time winding down on a very competitive second period that's seen both sides with some grade A chances. But the score holds for now. 1-0 Boston, and 19 saves, I should say, for Aaron Frankel. 22 of 23 shots faced for Phillips. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the final stop of the PWHL Takeover Tour from Enterprise Center here in St. Louis. There's a look at your goal scorer to this point. Susanna Toppany, her 11th of the season, is the difference to this point. Boston trying to get back on the winning side of things after watching their 9-game point streak come to an end on Wednesday night. Emily Clark scoops up the loose puck. And Ottawa trying to find some consistency consistency. They've alternated wins and losses over their past 6 games. Their most recent one stung the most after entering the third period up 3-0. They ended up allowing 6 unanswered to New York. A blast from Saulnier, and Gwyneth Phillips again squeezes the pads.
Gwyneth Phillips tested early in this first period as Boston's in the zone. They're able to kick it up. Look at that D down low. I love that. Megan Keller's so active. And these are tough. A little knuckleballer. It's not a hard shot on net. Just bounces off. Looks like toe catches the toe of it. And who's that in front of the net tipping it? Hillary Knight. So dangerous.
7 goals in their last 5 games for Hillary Knight. Kept off the score sheet so far today. Anna Brandt overskated the puck, and now it comes out to the boards and gloved down by Brown. Some chants ringing out here at the Enterprise Center. I think these St. Louis fans are loving what they're seeing so far. Alina Mueller nearly had it stripped by Teralova, able to recover and get it up to Brandt. Here's Mike Snuff, hands it off. Teralova joining the rush. Back up high for Jinsey Rose. Jinsey Rose from just about 45 minutes northwest of St. Louis. Plenty of fans in the stands here today. Back up to Teralova at the point, looking for a tip. And a penalty coming. Looks like we will get our first look at the Ottawa power play today.
As Emma Greco heads to the bench, she will take a seat on her delayed penalty, pressuring Serdachny. And Serdachny is doing a good job protecting the puck. And in doing so, Greco just gets her hands and stick wrapped up in her midsection. That's an easy call for a hold.
Now Jamie Lee Rattray will come in as Brandt is kicked off the dot. Rattray able to win it back for Boston. Keller clears at the length of the ice. Clark hands it off to Jenner. Good pressure by Boston, shorthanded as Rattray tries to create something. Jenner instead will dump it in. Now Hughes has it on her skates. Puck goes back up high for Jinsey Rose. Across to Vanashova. Vanashova keeps it alive. Over to Jinsey Rose. Good stick by Rattray, but it finds Clark. Her shot saved by Frankel.
Up top, Ottawa's able to push the puck across to Rose. Rose dishes it back, trying to catch advantage of Jamie Lee Rattray, kind of being a little high and out of position, but able to recover well. And the best penalty killer out there, Aaron Frankel, they always say has got to be the goaltender, and so excellent job fronting the play, making the save.
Both sides having a hard time just getting a clean draw here. D'Arcangelo now ejected from the face-off circle as Serdachny will take her place, and the ref's going to have a little conversation. Face-off won by Maloney. They ring it around the boards, and another clear for Boston. D'Arcangelo looking to set things up now for the Ottawa Charge. Here comes Serdachny, second overall pick in this year's draft. Back out to D'Arcangelo, and they were in offside. You see here that both teams have taken quite a few penalties throughout the season, but I guess that's good practice for your PK.
They have, and it's interesting. Top 2 in penalty minutes taken. However, complete opposite. Boston with #1 in their penalty kill, and Ottawa at 6.
But a perfect 3 for 3 today on the kill is the Ottawa Charge. Brianne Jenner dumps it into the corner for Clark. Clark bothered by Morin. Jenner able to poke it along the boards to the point for Rose. Hands off to Hughes. They trade places. Hughes with it down low. Jenner centering pass just missed. Puck comes back out to the neutral zone where Emily Clark will try to gain it back and does so. Gains his own once more now for Ottawa. Jinsey Rose just barely able to hold the zone before Mueller will clear it. Time winding down on this Charge power play. Here comes Greco out of the box. Vasco checks over his shoulder before taking a hit in the boards. Rebecca Leslie will send it back to Larocque. Larocque banks it off the boards and in for the Charge. Ottawa going for a change as Boston looks to break out. It's Pesheva. Stretch pass up ahead to Knight. Knight goes across her Tapani. Back to Pesheva and just over her stick. Back come the Charge. Meixna tips it in before Barr turns it the other direction. Back and forth we go. Now Meixna shoved to the ice. Serdachny back to Meixna. Meixna's shot off the skate of Tapani. Serdachny settles it down at the blue line. Makes a move, stops up, looking for a lane. Serdachny controls, had it blocked by Greco. Tries to glove it down. A rolling puck, eventually settled by Greco. Both sides will go for a change as we play on with Tapani's goal early in the first period. Still the only marker to this point. Here comes Teralova. And they're in offside. Let's take a look at the point leaders to this point. Sophie Jakes leading the way for the Minnesota Frost with 5 points in her takeover tour games. Neither Boston nor Ottawa jumping off in terms of this list because Boston actually just playing their 3rd takeover tour stop today. But it has been a magical run and a treat for all these cities across North America to witness what the PWHL has to offer. Brianne Jenner scoops up the loose puck. The Ottawa captain trying to make something happen. In the 3rd period, a real sticking point for both coaches coming into this game. Not just their last time out, but in general, Gigi, for Ottawa.
In general, it's been all season long. They've had 3rd period woes, just difficulty in scoring, but more than that, shutting the door defensively. They're a -13 goal differential in the 3rd period alone.
Clark tried to center there for House, just out of a reach. Boston's actually played very well with a lead until their last time out. A game in which they led entering the 3rd, but allowed 4 goals to Toronto and lost 4-2 on Wednesday. House goes the length of the ice. Boston gets there first. I asked Carly McLeod if she thought having a few days off might be good after such a terrible collapse in the 3rd period. She said, I'd hope they'd have the itch to get right back on the ice.
Yeah, no competitor wants to give up 6 goals against them in 20 minutes of play, and so I would assume that's just lighting a fire in their belly to come out and compete and just flip the tables in this 3rd period.
Couple of good looks there, but again, unable to connect on some of the passes they were trying. Vasco gains the zone briefly before the puck comes back out to neutral ice once more. Nearing the midway point now of this 3rd period. Victoria Bach in with speed. the crease. And Zoe Boyd will send it deep once more. Here's Bach. Up high for Savalainen. Boston picks it up. But it'll be icing. Oh, waved off. Mueller down low now for Brandt. Brandt stops up, has Mueller going to the net. Mueller trying to get her stick loose. Still battling along the boards. Ottawa able to skate it out. Savalainen pushes it ahead for Vanashova. Vanashova, 2 hat tricks on the season.
Good stick there by Brown on Vanashova, who's so dangerous coming in on her offhand. She's a lefty, so anytime she comes down on the right hand, she does a really strong power move, dropping her left shoulder, or she can dangle and pull the puck between the skates.
Gabby Hughes has it now. Pushed into the boards by Keller. Puck rings around the boards as Hillary Knight tries to chop it out. Jill Saulnier tries to gain the zone, but Gabby Hughes is there to take it away. Now Toppany settling it down in neutral ice. Three of the 4 meetings have been decided by just 1 goal with these 2 teams. The only exception was their last meeting on March 15th, a game that Boston beat Ottawa 5-2. Here comes Rattray, has Shopsaw with her. Shopsaw trying to settle down a rolling puck and fight through a check from Larocque. The other direction, it's Leslie. Leslie stops up, has Vasco streaking toward the net, and the Greco sorts it out. Now Boyd, a blast that goes off the skate of Rattray. Bach looking center, right in front is Larocque. Now DiGirolamo controls for Boston. And icing the call. Boston winning the draw. Still hanging on to the 1-0 lead they built early in this game when Susanna Toppany scored it unassisted. Ashton Bell leading the rush for the charge. Nice strip by Sydney Bard, who delivers a bit of a cross-check, and she might get called for that. We'll see what the call is. Oh, it's a trip. And it's an Ottawa trip.
Exactly. The 4th time of the game, Boston is going on the power play. As Bach will take a seat. On the left side of your screen, there's Bach coming in on a Gia, and she gets right under her skate blade, taking her out. It's a trip every time, and it'll be interesting to see how Boston can respond.
Yeah, it's been an impressive penalty kill to this point for Ottawa. But with Boston clicking on the power play, at least coming into today, they're playing with fire here, giving them a 4th opportunity. Here's Toppany skating in with speed. Banks it off the end boards out to Mueller. Up high now for Morin. Morin over to Toppany. Toppany down low for Maloney. Maloney's shot and a stick save by Phillips. Mueller off the boards over to Morin. Toppany walking in. Maloney across for Morin. Deflected wide. This power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel. And a clear for Ottawa, just barely. Morin tried to hold. And it was played to the high stick. How about the difference between last year's Boston team and this year's Boston team? We're talking about points, we're talking about goals, but even special teams, that much better.
It's really exciting if you're a Fleet fan to see that improvement. They started off the season on an absolute heater, putting so many power play goals in the net, and have continued had a little bit of a down spot, but as you mentioned, to your point, got a couple recently, and they're competing really well. But Ottawa has played really solid PK.
Rebecca Leslie pushes it up for Taralova. Taralova has Vasco shorthanded with her. Taralova gains the zone. Vasco colliding with Maloney, and both players go to the ice. Just 30 seconds to go on the advantage. Here's Vanashova, shorthanded. Bothered by Keller. They battle for possession, and Shirley will scoop up the loose puck. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Shirley gains the zone, makes a move. Gets it back below the goal line. And Vanashova will send it down the ice. Power play over. So Ottawa 4 for 4 on the kill so far today.
Boston just was not able to get the chances that they wanted because of the strong penalty killing, the structure, and they anticipated well.
2-on-2, Agia has Rattray with her. Agia shot blocked, trying to get back the bouncing puck. Instead, Ottawa able to skate it out. Zoe Boyd. That pass just out of the reach of D'Arcangelo. Agia hands it over to Pelkey. Back to Hannah Brandt, who lost it off her stick. Here we go. Gabby Hughes making a move and saved by Frankel. Looked like she just got the skate on it at the last second. One of the best chances of the day for the Charge. Saulnier racing for the puck. Taralova with her. Taralova gets there first and hands it over to Jinsey Rose. Here comes Serdachny. Serdachny shoots, and what a save by Frankel.
Erin Frankel on fire this afternoon. Just doing an excellent job as Gabby Hughes comes in, looking to find the back door. Just kick save, no goal. Both netminders having such a good game against each other. They're so familiar, being from Northeastern University, and then of course playing for Team USA. It's really fun to see these two athletes compete for the Ottawa Charge and Boston Fleet.
And they'll both, as you mentioned, represent the Americans at the upcoming Women's Worlds. Turnover here. Vanashova gets a shot up and scores! How about that? Vanashova takes advantage, and we are all tied up with 3.5 to play.
Vanashova extending her point streak to 4 games now. A turnover, as you mentioned. Quick shot, fires it. And the turnover is just huge. Look at that hand-eye coordination as she corrals the puck from her stick down onto the ice. Here's another look at it. Soft touch and rips it.
Wow. Vanashova leads this team in goals, now with 14, and in points with 19. You mentioned the point streak. She now has 6 points in her last 4 games. So it will be another power play opportunity, second of the day, as Courtney Kessel and the coaching staff for Boston lose that challenge. This power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel. Emily Clark makes a move, streaking in along the goal line. The puck is loose in front, still loose, and Erin Frankel finally able to find it.
And by number 71, Jinsey Rose.
Strong power move. Brianne Jenner kicks it out to the Emily Clark, who cuts in. The puck is bouncing, but Erin Frankel able to find it amongst all the sticks and skates in front of her.
Vanashova goes across for Hughes, plays it back to Vanashova. Now Rose. Vanashova controls. Looks for a lane, goes cross ice. Gabby Hughes right on Jenner in front. They score! It's the second goal in about 30 seconds for Teresa Vanashova, and Ottawa takes the lead.
We talked about execution, the team that could execute, and how the power play was on point on this. Watch out, Hannah Brandt forces Vanashova down low, but Vanashova doesn't get discouraged. She finds the opening, which is backdoor across the drain, and look at that battle, net front. This look as it goes across, Hughes pops it out front, Brianne Jenner takes a look, a chance at it, and then Vanashova gets down and is able to push the puck past Erin Frankel into the empty net for the 1-goal lead.
Oh my goodness, what a change of momentum, a sequence of events. 32 seconds between goals by Vanashova. And now it's Boston looking to respond.
16:58. Vanashova, assisted by Jenner and Hughes. Ottawa power play.
Looked like Megan Keller was trying to keep it out. It went off her skate before Vanashova just kept with it. Incredible effort. Ashton Bell skates it out for the Charge. And instead of keeping an eye on Gwyneth Phillips potentially heading to the bench, we'll keep an eye on Erin Frankel and see when Kessel opts to pull her for the extra attacker.
And it's interesting, who had all the power play opportunities in the first period? Boston were 0 for 3, and then they got a fourth one in the third period, couldn't convert, but when Ottawa's given the chance, they were able to convert.
And there goes Frankel, extra attacker on now for the Fleet. Here's Emily Brown, shot bouncing in front. Clark able to chop it out of the zone. Empty net in front of her. Brilliant effort by Maloney. Boston trying to settle it down and gain the zone once more. Here's Hannah Brandt fighting off Jenner, and Jenner is going to get called for that. It'll put Boston on the power play for a 5th time today, and they need to take advantage here.
What an exciting last couple minutes here in St. Louis, putting on a show for these awesome fans.
Would you go 6-on-4 here? Would you keep Frankel out?
100%. Just think about it. In my opinion, 0 for 4 on the power play so far. Pull her, put a 6th on, and utilize that extra space.
And they're going to do just that. Oh, nope, just kidding. They decided, they thought about it. Emily Brown was coming onto the ice before they last second decided to put Frankel back for now. We'll see if that holds. So 5-on-4, power play presented by Royale Tiger Towel. Mueller lost an edge, falls to her knees. And at least for now, it's a good thing Frankel is in net, as Emily Clark tries to pressure Boston. Hillary Knight will lead the charge for the Fleet. Just over a minute to play. Toppany sends it deep. Jinsey Rose rings it around the boards, but not out. Brandt goes down low for Toppany.
Extra skater on the ice as Frankel's pulled.
So now it is a 6-on-4 power play. Hillary Knight over to Morin. Mueller back to Morin. Knight tried to send it on net. It was blocked by Vasco and out. 40 seconds to play. Toppany sends it in for the Fleet. Battle along the boards as Brandt tries to dig it out. Mueller with her. Gabby Hughes controlling in the corner. Precious seconds ticking off the clock. Jinsey Rose, St. Louis's own, able to clear the zone. That shot on Phillips. Holds it with the glove, and we've got 7.7 seconds to play. Would you call timeout here?
I would. You have your 6 players you want on the ice. They've been on the ice for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Call them rest. As we see the ref make a sign for timeout for Boston. Give them a break, a breather, and then come back to the dot with a face-off play. If you're Boston, you really can't. You got to recognize there's only 7 seconds on. So it's not enough where you have to just fling the puck when you get it. Win the puck back. Maybe take a moment, make a play, versus just shooting into shin pads. I really wouldn't force it. So if I'm the player who's getting the puck, you don't want to hurt. You don't want to rush, but you got to hurry.
You got to make it count, but make it quick.
Exactly. But have the poise in order to make the right play without forcing it.
A tall task, to be sure. And they've got all their top weapons on the ice once more. Rested after that timeout. Toppany, who's been excellent on the dot all afternoon and really all season, is on once more to take an important face-off against Gabby Hughes, and Hughes wins it. Alina Mueller tries to send it right in front. Phillips keeps it out. And all kinds of rough stuff as the whistle blows. Holy moly, the temperature just went up. Toppany shaken up a bit after all that.
Toppany, drove the net really hard after the lost face-off. Here's another look at it. Look at Alina Mueller. Her sprinting to get the loose puck and is outside the cage as Gwyneth Phillips is trying to cover it, and right there. See a blocker punch by Phillips. We can't. As she comes in on Toppany.
Oh, man.
Again, another look as Toppany comes in,
and Phillips got bowled over by Toppany. But yeah, that was not a good look. Chance in front. Toppany's last-ditch effort is blocked. And the Ottawa Charge comes storming back in the final 3.5 minutes to get a regulation win and 3 points to surpass Minnesota for that final playoff spot. Wow, what a finish, Gigi.
Literally, what a finish. Their ability to execute when it mattered most. Drawing a penalty or scoring a goal off of a turnover, and then on the coach's challenge, scoring on that ensuing power play with Phillips shutting the door at her, and like her saves in the first period really set them up to be able to have success and come back and win this game.
Well, the Show Me State showed out today in a big way. St. Louis, the final stop of the PWHL Takeover Tour, and what a finish it was. 2 goals in 32 seconds for Teresa Vanashova, and the Ottawa Charge with a big win, 2-1 over the Boston Fleet. Thanks again for joining us. For our entire wonderful crew, including Gigi Marvin, Natalie Nouri, Casey Carter, and Tim DeRoy, I'm Jamie Hirsch. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.